welcome to another speed build. So today I am building a starter home in Windenburg. This is another limited pack build using Cottage Living and Get Together. These two are probably my most favorite packs, specifically for building. I'm not really sure what my favorite pack would be gameplay wise. I don't know, I quite like all of them to be honest, but building it's definitely these two. I built this so fast. It literally took me less than 2 hours to build this. It's probably the fastest I've ever built anything. I was really shocked when I went into OBS and checked and was like, oh, less than 2 hours, okay. And I was like, oh, I must have missed something. And when I was going through the editing I was like, nope, everything's here. So yeah, very quick video today, but it's quite a small home, so I'm not surprised. So the sim I had in mind for this one is an aspiring writer or an author. I made the sim before I went in and built this house. You might be able to see there's a toddler and a dog out the front. I ended up not including any space for them because obviously limited pack can't include the dog, and I didn't really have enough money in the budget for a second bedroom or any toddler items in the end, so I decided just to go with the one sim. And I kind of had, if anyone has seen the film Nim's Island, I had the author in that film in mind in terms of her personality. So she's a little bit paranoid, she's not the most confident in herself, and so she's, you know, just a little bit anxious, a little bit nervous of literally everything around her. So you'll see some of her personality come out in the tour at the end. It was quite fun to film because she literally was reading her book in front of the fireplace and then she suddenly had like a panic that somebody was in the room with her. So I thought that was it was quite nice to see, you know, the personality of the traits and everything come out, because usually they don't they don't really have much impact. So it was quite nice to see that, you know, they do. So when I was creating her, I actually found a hairstyle from Get to Work, I think, and I don't know how I've never seen it before, but it's such a nice hairstyle and I'm probably going to use it a lot more often. I'm not sure how I never found it before because it's really nice. It's quite short, maybe that's why. I don't usually put my Sims in short hairstyles. I'm not sure why. I tend to just gravitate towards long hair, maybe because my hair's long. I tend to just go with kind of, I don't know, maybe I base them a little bit on myself, which is probably not good because then all my Sims are going to be the same. But it was really nice to, you know, make this sim a little bit different to what I normally do. I think I have developed a little bit more of a I don't know whether it's a signature sim style, but my Sims definitely have a little bit more of a caricature look, like their noses and their ears are a little bit more enhanced, is that the word? They're a little bit bigger and I really like them. And I've noticed that like all of my Sims are starting to have very similar kind of features, or like over enhanced features maybe, and I really like that. I like that, I don't know, if I look at my sim compared to like some other people's Sims, I can tell that they're mine. And I think that's really nice, considering I've never really been much of a, like, I don't really create Sims very often. I have done for like my own gameplay, I create like the odd one here and there, but not very many. But I am trying to make more of an effort, I guess. Like when I'm doing my builds, I like to have a different character or a different sim personality in mind for each one, but I tend not to create them necessarily as much as I used to, but I am trying to do that a little bit more. It's just been a lot of fun. So we go straight into the landscaping with this one again. I've already done the floor plan and the wallpaper and everything inside. I wanted to keep it quite simple in terms of like wallpapers and things, so I've tried to use the stone, and I don't know what the wallpaper that I've used from Get Together is this like siding, or I'm not really sure what it is, with the wooden beams. I've tried to use both of those inside and then a couple of like signature walls, or like feature walls, which I think is really nice. I've tried to use kind of equal amount of items from each pack without it being, you know, too heavily one pack too heavily cottage living in particular, because I have noticed that the last couple that I have done, it's been a little bit more cottage living than the other pack. So I did want to try and use a little bit more Get Together. I probably, maybe doing like one of the careers, like a sim for a career, probably would have been a good idea too. But I specifically wanted to build in Windenburg on one of these lots where it's a little bit more country, but it's not Henford or Bagley. So I thought somewhere that, you know, your sim could go to get away from everything would be really good. And then I was thinking like, oh, what kind of personality can I have that doesn't mind necessarily being away from lots of people? And then I remembered that film and thought, oh, that's good. Like, that personality is probably perfect for, you know, living away from people in like a little forest hideaway sort of thing. This would probably be perfect in Granite Falls because it's, you know, everything you have is here or in the world around you, so I think it would be good. I put all of the main pieces of furniture down first because I wanted to make sure that I had everything that I needed, considering it's a starter home. I didn't want to like overspend. It could definitely be cheaper, like this bed is over 1,000 simoleons and like the cheapest one is 400, I think. So yeah, it could definitely be cheaper, but I still wanted to make it look matchy. So I put all of the, I don't know, like decorative pieces, quite a lot of them are debug, but I put all of the decorative pieces down near the end because I, like I said, wanted to make sure that I had all of the main like furniture pieces down first. I do end up adding to the landscaping right near the end. So I have built this on, I think it's a 40 by 30 lot. So when I finish this landscaping I'm doing right now, I realized that I have quite a lot of like tile space left in the exterior, and I thought, oh, if I'll count them, then maybe I'll move it to like a 30 by, like a 20 by 30 instead of 40 by 30, and see if, you know, that will fit. It probably wouldn't, but I thought you never know, because then not everybody wants to play on like such a big lot. But at least this way, if you are doing like a legacy challenge or rags to riches or whatever, then you've got plenty of space to like renovate and rebuild if you want to. Anyway, what I was saying is, right at the end, I then was thinking like, what can I add in that doesn't cost anything, to keep the lot price down but to make it look pretty. So I end up finding the water wheel in, I wasn't intentioning, yep, that's the word now, intentioning. I wasn't going to add it intentionally, that wasn't the plan, but I don't think I've used it yet. I'm not sure. I might have used it once, but I really wanted to use it, and I thought, well, I've got plenty of space, I'll just add in a little pond and use the water wheel. I didn't quite have enough money to add in very many spawners. I've added in the ducks and that's it. But I did manage curtains, so I think I've won. I think I've won the starter home challenge because I have curtains. But yeah, there isn't very many in I can't speak today. There isn't very many items that are classed as like decorations. Quite a lot of them are debug. I've used a couple of, I think they're like clay pieces. I found a llama and a really cute bunny that I think are made of clay, and I've added I think it's maybe something that you can make on the woodworking table. It looks like a cat with a ball of yarn, which I think is really cute. There's also, thankfully, quite a lot of the decorative items from Cottage Living in the debug menu too, which don't cost anything, so I think that's really cool. I wanted to add this little shopping bag because I think it's adorable. And I think it's really nice for decorative pieces. I end up deleting this crate and going with like I think it's a barrel with like a little sign on it, which I think is really cute. Like this, yeah, these two pieces I've just put down are debug items, so they don't cost anything. There is another, I think they have like a paid item in the, it's not debug, it's like in the actual decorative category, but these ones are the debug ones. This is also debug. I wanted to add a tree. Like I wanted a nice little tree in the corner, but as you can see I only have 28 simoleons left. So I really had to try and find things that I could, yeah, here's the little cat thing, that I could use to decorate without it costing me anything. So we are going on to the final piece of landscaping now, which is the pond. I wasn't sure like whether I was going to add fish or anything out here. I did think about adding one of the I don't know what it's called, like this fish spawner that comes with the base game, the one that doesn't cost anything, not the one that comes with the pond tool. Does that make sense? I was going to add that, but I realized that it probably isn't necessary. If you keep this build on this particular lot, then there's quite a lot of fishing spawners around, and to be honest, in most worlds there's fishing spawners, so it wasn't really necessary, and it kind of stuck out in the air, and usually if I try and lower it with the tool mod then it doesn't work. This duck spawner I really had trouble with. It would not sit where I wanted it to. I tried lowering the terrain a little bit and it still wouldn't sit, so I think the spawner is a little bit too big maybe for this tiny little pond, but it does work. Thankfully. I had this really nice willow tree in, and that is, well, I think that's it for the trees. I don't think I had any more trees. And then we just add a couple more landscaping bits and pieces around the rest of the lot. So that is pretty much it from me today. So I really hope you have enjoyed. Thank you so much for watching. This build is on the gallery and the tray files will be on Tumblr as usual. You can find the links to everything in the description down below. So yeah, thank you so much for watching. I really hope you have enjoyed, and hopefully I will see you all next time. Bye everyone.